So, for those of you who are joining us, welcome to the Oracle In podcast. My name is Eric. I'm joined by Laquan and Kevin, and we're going to pivot into our third segment of our second episode for our doubleheader today, and talking about getting fit for summer.
No.
Yeah.
So, okay, New Year's, right? Everyone's like, I'm gonna stop smoking, stop drinking, stop eating chicken, and I'm gonna get in shape, and I'm gonna be sexy. Well, we're actually at the point now where all of your resolutions have fallen apart, but there is still time to make good on them if you want to try to get, I always use the hashtag sexy by summer when I was trying to psych myself up, which, you're kind of the countdown. You got April, you got March, April, May, 3 months, solid 12 weeks is good to be able to get in some semblance of, whether you're trying to get in shape, whether you're trying to change up your routine, be a little bit more of a badass at work, whatever it is you're trying to do. 12 weeks is plenty of time. So it's, I like to look at it. The easiest analogy for me is getting in shape, right? Because you have to start doing stuff that sucks miserably and you have to keep with it. You got to wake up early and drag your ass to the gym and drink smoothies with kale and other things in them. And you got to sweat and sit on chairs that are all sweaty and gross, lifting weights that are heavy for no stupid good reason. But the good news is you look good in a bathing suit.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things, actually, this is a great segment that we're touching on, is just to be honest with yourself and set realistic goals. I meet a lot of people who wants to go on these fad diets, whether it's Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, whatever, and then they just automatically just cold turkey it, right? They just go right into it and not understanding like your body needs a transition. Like you've been overweight or whatever it is for like a long time. You can't just all of a sudden just cut your intake in half the next day because, you want to go on this diet. You have to kind of slowly transition into it because your body is used to, receiving a certain amount of calories, food, whatever. And if you just stop it, you're going to get lightheaded. You're going to pass out. I know a lot of people who do that all the time. And I was like, look, you got to slowly kind of get into that. It's a lifestyle transformation. It's a mindset, really. And a big thing about that as well is that, it's like, oh, I can't do that. No, yes, you can. You have to like hold yourself accountable, but allow yourself to make mistakes too. There's going to be days where you revert back to that, that fast food meal, okay, that's fine. But get your ass back in the gym. It's going to happen. Don't let it happen 2 days in a row. Allow yourself to make mistakes, get in there, be consistent. And the biggest thing that I see in the gym on a daily basis, don't compare yourself to nobody else up in there, at all. You're in there for you. And if somebody's judging you, that's the dumbest, that's the biggest hypocritical thing. Like, why, if I'm fat, right? Say if I was super fat and I went into the gym, somebody said, you're fat. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I'm in the gym. I'm trying to do something about it. So why the hell would you call me fat if I'm in the gym trying to do something about it? Or if I'm super skinny, or if I can only put up the fucking bar and no weights on top of that? I'm trying. You were where I was at some point. You're not just lifting 315 off the bat. You have to build up to it. That's where I'm at. So set realistic expectations, go in there for you. Don't worry about nobody else. You'll get there. So
yeah, it takes time and it sucks.
Yeah.
I say it sucks. And everyone I know that it's like, the first 2 weeks are hard. Listen, if you're trying to eat healthy, there is no point in time that you look at a pizza and you're like, that looks disgusting. You look at it, you're like, damn, I'm gonna be good. There's some good eating right there. Actually, so talking kind of about the fad diets, there is a diet that I found that works really well for me when I choose to do it. But it definitely isn't a lifestyle one. It's more like, okay, this is how you lose weight quick to get in shape, to kickstart a healthier lifestyle. But it's the Tim Ferriss guy that wrote the 4-Hour Work Week, 4-Hour Body kind of thing. So basically, you eat super clean. It's basically beans, meat, and vegetables for 3 meals a day, or protein, vegetables, and beans 3 meals a day. And then 1 day a week, you eat whatever you want. So you're like, hey, I want to eat a pizza. Well, eat a damn pizza, because your body then goes, oh, hey, food, nutrition. I can stay, I can keep burning stuff because I'm not starving, basically. And I thought it was a pretty interesting uh experience. I've done it a couple of times. Works great, but it's hard because you get to the point where, like with anything, that damn pizza looks good. Or your buddy's like, hey, let's go out and drink some beers. And you're like, but I'm not supposed to. The man in the book said not to drink beers. So
You know what works for me? When I, get back on the horse and start getting in shape. First thing is diet. I try to really take out the things that weigh me down. So I've been doing this for a few years now, but when it comes to especially my morning breakfast, I do start with a smoothie. I don't start with eggs and bacon and all that stuff because honestly, it just makes me feel more weighed down, and it's not a good like burst to my morning. Where with the smoothie, I put in a banana, raw eggs, berries. I put in spinach. Sometimes I do put in kale. I got a curcumin powder. I have a vegan protein powder, peanut butter,
whoa,
cinnamon.
whoa. You put in a vegan protein powder and raw eggs.
Well, because I don't want to overdo it. If you read the ingredients on most of those protein powders, it's filled with sugar, like packed with a lot of sugar. And a lot of these vegan proteins don't don't have nearly as much. Yeah, it's not because I'm going vegan. and then I just decided, oh, let me throw a T-bone steak in there.
uh,
But it's a
um,
great way. I feel like I get in a lot of that good nutrition first thing in my day, and I tend to be able to get some pretty good energy going. And then by the time I hit the gym, I might follow it up with a heavier protein smoothie afterwards. But for me, anyways, it seems to keeping it light seems to work well for me. That I get a lot of energy going, and that's really where all this starts from. Is how do you get into a healthier lifestyle? Focus on your energy. And I've been thinking about this a lot over the last few years, but emotional energy and mental energy play into your physical body. If you're going through a heavily emotional time, you may not feel that burst to want to go out there and get physical. Where for some people, and studies have actually shown that if you go through depression, go on like a 15-minute walk, that it pumps the chemicals that drive depression through your system. It moves them out. It gives you endorphins, which make you feel better. Those endorphins are natural uplifting chemicals that make you feel good. So, I think a lot of it has to do with mental space and emotional space. And if you can work through that and just go for a walk, just start off with something easy, just start off with there, see how good you feel. Maybe try to do a few push-ups. Because I was just reading this thing that said the best workout, don't do all cardio and don't do all weightlifting. Do a good balance of between the two. Work out your muscles, but get your blood going and your heart going.
Yeah, that's super important. So when I tell a lot of my friends to try to help motivate them, you know, go to the gym if you have a gym membership. Get a gym membership, but you don't have to go to the gym. You can just do push-ups, sit-ups. There's all type of things you can do within the confines of your home. Take a walk. But on those days that you work long, you're like, oh God, I'm just so tired. Okay, if you watch 30 minutes of Scandal, or an hour of Scandal, however long it is, if you watch a basketball game, baseball game, just think about you could have went to the gym for 15 to 30 minutes, or if you just sit home, I just want to sit down for a minute and just chill. I've had a long day. If you just got your ass up, went to the gym for 15 to 30 minutes, it would have been done already. And now at the end of the night, you're going to be thinking, man, I could have went to the gym. And it's going to become a cycle. And then 6 months later, you're going to gain more weight, and then you're going to be more depressed because you look in the mirror, it don't look good what you see, and it's not really all about the physical appearance, but like you want to look good to yourself. You want to feel good inside, right? But take a few minutes to go to the gym or go for a walk. Do something. Don't just come home, take a nap. Don't come home, and maybe play video games the rest of the night or watch TV, because that 30-minute episode was your gym time. Or you can do push-ups in between commercials, anything, but just go. Like for me, I come home, believe me, it's every day. I don't want to go to the gym. I'm like, fuck, I just want to chill out. I come home, I take an hour to myself. I may play video games or whatever, and then I go to the gym, but I make sure if I did something for myself, like fun, like a video game or watch a basketball game, then I owe myself to go to the gym after that, and then I could do whatever's left over. But don't make excuses. Hold yourself accountable, you know, because that body is not going to just magically, you're not going to wake up and you've lost 30 pounds. If you were fat and that gut was hanging over your waist, you know, before you went to bed, it's going to still be hanging over your waist when you wake up. Nothing's magically going to happen when you go to sleep. It just doesn't happen, you know. But if you want to do better for yourself, you got to get out there, you know. And, you know, size, of course, is perspective, but subjective. But, you know, just do something for yourself. Be healthy. A lot of things out there can kill you.
Yeah, one of the actually fairly recent thing that I did was I got a little Fitbit watch thing that keeps track of your heart rate, your how many time you climb up and down stairs, stuff like that. And if nothing else, so I'm a data person, right? Show me the data. That's all I want to see. Like what is it I'm supposed to do? Okay, show me the data that supports that. And what I get with this is I'll look down and it's like, you took 1,000 steps, and it's like, you know, noon, and you're like, damn, I did about 1/10 of my daily allotment right now. So the other thing I really like too is it tracks your sleep, how many times you wake up and you know, flop around and stuff.
That's important.
Yeah, because I mean, I flop around like a fish out of water at night, but I haven't been waking up as much recently, which is nice. But being it, you know, for me, you throw $100 down on a Fitbit and then actually use it, where, you know, I don't like wearing things like watches or rings or anything, but I just
Clothes.
put it on.
Yeah, we know what you got.
Yeah, hey, it's naked time around here all the time, baby.
Get the party started, baby.
Yeah, but you know, I was like, you know what, I want this. I want the data. I just want to see where I'm at. And you know, on the days where I do a lot of stuff, it looks good. You go down, and it's like, dude, you did, you know, 20,000 steps today. You blew past your goal. You're like, hell yeah, I did. I'm tired. Or you're like, I don't really feel like I did that much. You look down and it's like, yeah, you were active for 12 minutes today. You're like, ooh, 12 minutes. That's not a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think also what's important, and this is where, you know, the body image thing is a real thing. And I think a lot of people really struggle with that because there's this, you know, there is an expectation that people are supposed to look perfect. You're supposed to look like the models in the magazines. So guys have to be super ripped and cut, and women have to be super lean and thin. And that's not, I don't think that's what we're talking about. What we're really talking about is, you know, if you look at the type of work that we do nowadays, it's mainly sedentary, meaning we're sitting a large number of hours during the day. And when Kevin was talking, you know, to your point, when you were saying that, you know, you get up and you realize that even after 1,000 steps, you're not getting nearly what you should be getting a day. That's kind of what we're going for. So the whole sexy by summer and all of that, it's just more about, you want to feel good. You want to feel connected to your physical body in a healthy way, that, you know, you're not just kind of laying around and feeling lazy all the time, but that you can actually feel, you know, your body attached to you. And that's what I think is so interesting too about feeling sexy. It's just a connection you have to your body. When you feel good, that's a sexy feeling. You feel like your body can attract, you know, the kind of attention and the kind of, what I want to say, affection that you're looking for, because you feel that your body's good and it's deserving of that. So it's kind of building a healthy relationship with your body. And a lot of us tend to neglect it because we get caught up in, you know, some other thing in life, but it's really important.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that, again, there's a lot of things out there that can kill us, you know, and you want to do whatever you can that you have control of to prevent that for yourself, you know, like the diabetes, you know, just a lot of different things that are out there. Yeah, cancer. Those are things that you actually have control of. Some of the stuff is, you know, just kind of in the genes, and sometimes some people are just predisposed to certain things, but there's things that you can do to prevent a lot of things that could possibly happen to you, especially as you get older. If you're walking up a flight of steps and you're out of breath by the time you're at the flight of steps, maybe it's time to get into the gym or take a walk. Find a friend who can walk with you, because literally, if you're walking up a flight of steps and you're out of breath, you should not be. Because if, God forbid, if anything happens, you have to run from something.
You have to be fit enough, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a heart attack. It's that simple. Like if you have to run from somebody who's trying to hurt you, or maybe a dog's loose, you're gonna die for whatever violent thing is going to happen to you. You're going to do the job for them, you know, because the blood's gonna rush so fast. Your heart's gonna be pumping faster than it's used to pumping. So much blood's gonna be going out. You're gonna get lightheaded. You're gonna pass out. You have a heart attack. You're gonna have a stroke. Whatever it is, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be the most embarrassing thing. And a lot of people too as well. And I just like to keep it real. A lot of people are parents out there. Like you want to be able to play with your kids. And if your kid, if your son or daughter wants to run around their bike, and you can't, you're sweaty as hell, and they're just wanting to run around a little bit, and you're like, I can't do this. Get in shape. Do it for your kids because you want to be around for them for a long period of time. It's just maybe for your friends too. They don't want to see you die. Like, hey man, like what the hell you doing? Get yourself together. Yeah. So it's like I see it happening. Like, come on, man. Like, I want you around for a long time, man. Get it together.
Yeah. I was doing good there for a little bit. Went down to Sedona, did some hiking, forgot that I wasn't 12. Ended up climbing up a rock. On the way down, I landed wrong, and my damn knee was like, hey, go fuck yourself. And I was like, I understand. I'm going to sit here and think about what you just said to me, sir. And
respect.
So I've been hurting for the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, where I was on a tear, dude. I was like maxing out. I was getting to the point where I was like starting to just to walk places for no good reason. And I got hurt, one, because I'm not in great shape, but two, I was doing something stupid, which, it was fun though. It was fun up until then.
You know what? And I think that's also a lifestyle thing, because when I moved here to Flagstaff and I saw just how tight knit of a community it is, I sold my car. And that's been going on 7 years now that I've been without a car, and I've made it work. I got a bike and I can commute. It's better for my body. It's better for my health because it forces me to do that. And I walk around a lot too. So, I think the whole, kind of what we're just getting at is, just get your body in motion. It's good for you, and Q, when you were talking about genetics, the thing about genetics too is, and the greatest example I like to learn for this, even if you're predisposed to certain things, it doesn't mean that if you change your diet and exercise that it won't help you prevent that. Because I think of something like lung cancer caused from tobacco. If you get lung cancer, it's because something in your genes does not mesh well with that and creates cancerous cells. So that can be genetic. If you don't smoke tobacco, you don't have to worry about it. It's really that simple.
That's how it works.
Well, what's interesting? What was it that Middle Easterners, if you look at the average cancer patients over there due to lung cancer from tobacco, is far lower than here in the United States and in Europe in particular, because Middle Easterners have been smoking tobacco for thousands of years longer than we have. So literally through natural selection, they weeded out those genes. You died quickly if you got cancer, but the genes that did not were able to continue to reproduce. And I know it sounds funny, but that is what natural selection is.
Common sense. So when I say it's that easy, and so it's like,
I know.
Common sense, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You can go to jail for that, right?
So, but Europeans and white people have only been smoking tobacco for 500 years. So that's why we have a lot of cancer issues.
Yeah. So if you want to make a change, there's two easy ones to make. One is eat better food, and two is have more sex. It's gonna,
physical activity.
No, I'm not saying.
I know what you mean.
But I mean, if you're in the position to have a partner to play with, it's one of those things where, one, it brings, it can bring you closer in your relationship, but it also, it's that extra physical activity. Like, oh, I didn't hit the gym. Well, honey,
it's exercise. It is exercise.
It's exercise, and it's. As far as, so I've done a lot of research on this, but it is the most fun exercise you can possibly engage in.
I would imagine.
Yeah, 2 to 5 minute, maybe 10-minute cardio with the loved one. Hey, listen, cardio's cardio. You get the heart rate going. It's all you're asking for. I'm
about to say, like, the 2-minute cardio doesn't really do much. You gotta get into the maybe 20, 30-minute zone.
It's not about the duration. It's about the intensity, man.
Dude, you cannot go from like 70 to 140 and think you're not going to drop dead of a heart attack. You got to slowly build up to that.
Yeah. You just get excited sometimes, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's just do what you can do. I mean, not everyone's going to be as dead sexy as Eric over there. Some of us have to actually work for it.
Yeah, some of us, we aren't Lance Armstrongs in the bed. You know what I'm saying? We're not Iron Men out there. Some of us, look, hey, direct, straight to the point. You know what I'm here for. So.
Well, to everybody out there that's watching and listening, just take care of yourself, take care of your heart, take care of your body, eat good, try to get exercise. And honestly, for me, I think the easiest one is just going for a nice walk. Airs your head out a little bit. You're not so cramped into thinking. It's a good thing. So, you guys want to wrap up with any final comments here?
Discipline. That's what it comes down to. I know it's in the military we're always that stuff is always pounding into our head, but when it comes to getting in shape, when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, it comes down to discipline. It's that simple. It's like, okay, I'm hungry. Do I want to go home, thaw out that chicken, make food, or do I want to stop by the Carl's Jr. or the In-N-Out on the way home and get it out the way? The discipline tells you to go home, make your food, and get it over with. The nasty side of you tells you just to go through that drive-through real quick, get that large Coke, maybe get 10 nuggets, maybe a small double cheeseburger, 2 on top of that, and hook that up. What's easier? It's easier to go through the drive-through, right? That's what's called a drive-through, but take your ass home, make your food, eat, and you'll feel better about it, so, and it'll save you money too in the long run.
Yeah, it's the little things, right? Whether it's, I'm gonna take a lunch to work every day instead of going out and buying fast food, or for me, the simplest one is when you come up to a set of stairs that has an elevator as an option, just take the stairs. You make a conscious effort. There's a little extra work needed. Okay. Just those little things. Yeah, I mean, not overnight you're gonna go from huffing and puffing at the top to Lance Armstrong, but you're going to be, every time you do it, you're getting that much better. So find the little things you can do. And, if you can't do a push-up, here's a pro tip. Don't try to do push-ups every single day and then just hate yourself because you can't do them. Do what you can do, and eventually the push-ups are going to get there. You will get there eventually. You just got to work on some other stuff first.
Do the female push-ups on your knees, so like until you can hold up your own body weight. So that helps you out, and so I know, like, if you can't do a full push-up with full extension, get on your knees and just, keep doing it until you build up that upper strength, and then sooner or later transition,
lean on a wall, push off the wall, do what you can do, and eventually you'll be able to do more.
Why do I hear women out there saying, why do those have to be women push-ups?
Well, they are.
It's actually, well, it's a military definition.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, that is. Sorry. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. No. Is it? Yeah. That's what we call them, women push-ups. Yeah. So.
No,
sorry for my bias.
I try to remember to boot camp. I think the girls girls were only expected to do those as opposed to the full on
section. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's still that way, but
Well, some tips that I can also offer too when it comes to dieting that works for me at least. Snack on nuts throughout the day. Snack on vegetables, maybe something like a carrot throughout the day. It's good for snacks. Take dairy more out of your diet. And one of the biggest ones is don't have a big meal before you go to bed. That's one of the quickest ways to gain weight is if you go to bed on a full stomach, then chances are you're going to gain some weight. Did I say something hilarious? Because both of you guys have a reaction there.
Snacking on nuts. We're immature here. So.
Oh, Jesus. Are you serious?
Dude, I'm a 12-year-old at best. And
it's just funny that both of you picked up on that.
Yeah, all I heard was blah, 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 put nuts in your mouth,
Wow. All right. How about almonds?
Almonds are delicious.
Pistachios.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what anything you can do to up your protein, your fiber, do it.
Those healthy fats like avocados.
No, we can't have those anymore. Trump said Mexico's bad.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I hope you don't like Yeah, no Mexican beer, no vegetables, because Mexico grows in our winter. Really, they provide us with a lot of the fruits and vegetables. So
And what Kevin's referring to is that Donald Trump said that in order for Mexico to pay for that wall that he wants to have built, he wants to do like a 20% import tax, meaning all the food that we get from Mexico, we're going to charge them a 20% tax on top of them being able to deliver it to us, which is going to inhibit us getting our food from there.
So when you buy the food, you get to pay for the wall.
Basically. Yeah, because that'll just increase costs to the consumer. So anyways, I think that will wrap it up for today. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and Laquan and Kevin, I'm sure, do as well. And we'll see y'all in a couple weeks. Have a good night.